What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And in this video, we have two surprising reactions from the vaccine that might delay it and cause problems for us going forward. In addition to that, on the second stimulus check, lawmakers are debating whether the stimulus check should be $0, $600, or $1,200, and whether the unemployment checks should be $300 per week or $0 per week. I'm going to give you the latest details on all of that. In addition to that, another state that is passing stimulus money out to their people right now. Don't forget to smash the like button for us down below. It really helps out our channel. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. There's very inconsistent allergic reactions going on in the United Kingdom that is puzzling vaccine researchers as the United Kingdom begins their rollout of the vaccine. Two British people with severe allergies apparently had allergic reactions to Pfizer's vaccine, raising questions about whether it is safe for people with pre-existing allergies. In response, British regulators advise that those with severe allergies to avoid the vaccine. And it is not immediately clear what triggered the allergic reactions. Unlike some vaccines, in the Pfizer vaccine, there are no preservatives or egg products, which have been known to trigger reactions in other type of vaccines, such as the flu shot. Allergic reactions were not a significant problem in the US trials, which did testing on tens of thousands of people. However, they excluded people with severe allergies and did not test them in the test trials. This could actually lead to a delay in the approval in the United States and delay the rollout from happening that was going to possibly happen at the end of this week, as the FDA is going to scrutinize these allergic reactions and possibly delay the approval. Senator Joe Manchin, who is one of the problem solvers caucus, who is in the deliberations and the negotiations over this next stimulus check and the next stimulus package, just gave an interview and kind of got grilled over not passing this so far.
A partisan group of senators, as I mentioned, just finished a meeting on this very subject. Senator Joe Manchin was in it. He's a member of this Gang of Eight, the author of a bipartisan $908 billion stimulus plan. Senator, before we get started, quickly, did anything change in the meeting?
Well, Shepard, we're working hard. We really are. We know they said the two things that we've punted. We haven't punted on anything. We're the only game in town. We're still meeting day and night, every day and night for the last 3.5 weeks.
It's all Washington talk. You said earlier, Senator, that a deal is very close, but there is still no bill. Republicans are demanding protections from lawsuits for big corporations. Democrats demanding help from workers in the public sector and money for state and local that Republicans are blocking. Both sides say they want direct payment for disaster victims, but there is not a penny in direct payments in your proposal. Why not?
Well, let's talk. Shepard, basically, this is truly an emergency
package. But there's not money for direct payments to people in your bill or in your plan, or is there?
There is not, because the emergency basically is more with the people who are unemployed.
Now, just to be clear here, he's talking with the senator here who is the author, one of the authors of the problem solvers bills. That's the $908 billion bill. Remember, there's two bills. There's the $908 billion bill that came from the problem solvers caucus. And then there's the offer that's very similar. It's 1% higher, $916 billion that has come from the Republican side. And the Republican side is the one that has the $600 checks in there, the direct stimulus checks, $600 and $600 for child dependents.
Who don't have a job, who don't have a check, who have nothing. This is an emergency to get us through the first quarter, which will be the most difficult quarter that we've ever had. And that's all we've done. They wanted 1.2, 1.3 was the bottom line the Democrats would go to. The Republicans wouldn't get off of 500. We finally have moved everybody to say it takes $900 billion to get us through the most challenging times.
Senator, I don't know who us is, because that doesn't get money to the people. You know, when a hurricane strikes in the Gulf South, the government rushes to help. When fires ravage California, the government steps in. We're 9 months into the biggest health crisis and resulting financial crisis in 100 years, and the federal government has done nothing for the victims in 257 days. Why? Why is Washington failing the people? What's the reason?
What about the $3 trillion that was sent out, Shepard, in March?
That was 257 days ago. They're out. Rent is due. They can't buy food. We have the longest food lines of my lifetime in America, Senator. Why isn't there help from Washington?
Basically, we have people running out of unemployment checks. They got nothing. The things are basically closing now because of the rampant COVID expansion. We're trying to meet that emergency need. This is not a do-all, end-all. Joe Biden says this is a down payment. He comes in as our president in January. He'll put basically another package to take us out of this mess that we have. We've got to bridge that gap. That's all we're trying to do. We couldn't even get any of our caucuses on anything. After the election, we said something has to be done. They're not moving, Shepard. We are.
But
we're out there doing something and putting it on the line.
So again, you heard him reiterate there that the Democrats and the Biden administration want to pass another stimulus check, another stimulus package, because we don't really know the details of checks or this package, but they want to pass another stimulus check starting as early as next month, but they need to get this one out now.
Shepard, we are.
But
we're out there doing something and putting it on the line. We gave you about 90% of a bill. We have two things.
There is no bill.
There's not a Democrat or
Senator,
Republican.
with great respect, I've always enjoyed conversations with you for more than a decade, but the open secret in Washington is there is no incentive to work together. You get votes by fighting with the other party, and you get money from special interests. The people have no power. And wait now, and it's been like that for a long time. That's a broken system that even a pandemic that's killed 280,000 Americans cannot shake up. Do we need a new system? Because this isn't working.
Well, basically, take the money out of the system. Citizens United. Let us know who's throwing money at this. There's a lot of things you can fix it. Make it an ethical violation if a senator goes out and campaigns against another senator. Where I come from, if I come to work every day and you try to get me fired, we're going to talk in the parking lot after work. That's where I come from.
Man, he's going old school there. Can't fault him for that.
That's where I come from.
Well, everyone in Washington, Senator, everyone in Washington is still getting paid. These people are not. This is not a stimulus. This is emergency disaster relief for people who don't have jobs through no fault of their own. And even your compromise today, which isn't yet a bill, provides no direct payments to the victims of this disaster. We don't even have enough mass.
Shepard, you're talking about payments to people that have a job and a check. That's what you're talking about. We're talking about people that's got nothing. They're getting thrown out of their homes. They have nowhere to go. Their few food substances running out. We're backfilling all of that.
But we don't even have a bill yet. There's no indication.
Yeah, you're getting close to one. We're the only ones doing anything. Nobody else is doing anything.
You must understand the people's frustration.
We'll work all night tonight, Shepard. We've been working every night, 16, 18 hours.
You think you'll have something that'll pass tomorrow or the next day?
Well, basically, they extended it for next week. We're going through this thing, and we're going to have it done. We will. No one thought we would have anything that we brought out today. We brought out 90% of a bill and showed you line by line. That's called basically a scheduled overview of what we're doing. And then they'll put the legislative language to it. And the bill becomes basically a bill, hopefully the first of the week. And then you vote on it.
So yeah, like he said there, Congress did extend that continuing resolution bill to basically fund the government for 1 week, to give them 1 more week of time to actually get down all the details of the full government funding bill and the stimulus package that is going to be attached to that, because basically there's just no way that they were going to get that done by Friday or actually by Thursday night. So they have given them another week to extend that. The real question though is, will these checks, the new proposal from the Republicans has these $600 stimulus checks in there and these $600 stimulus checks for the child dependents, but no money for unemployed people. The previous bill from that Problem Solvers Caucus bill that the senator was talking about there had a $300 per week extension for unemployed people for 4 months, goes all the way until April of 2021, but it does not include stimulus checks, and the Democrats did not like that. Also, we have almost everybody on the Democratic side is, if they're talking about stimulus check, they're saying that it needs to be more than $600, and it should be at least the $1,200 stimulus check that we had the first time around. Not a lot of Republicans are talking about stimulus checks, but we do have several key Republicans talking about it. And that is with the main stimulus check supporter for larger stimulus checks being President Donald Trump, who spoke with Republican Senator Josh Hawley over larger stimulus checks than $600. Senator Josh Hawley spoke repeatedly to the president about the matter and said that Trump will likely support at least $1,200 in payments for individuals and could go even higher. He says, quote, I'd be surprised if he didn't support $1,200 for individuals and $2,400 for couples. My sense is that it's a very high priority, and he indicated as much to me on Saturday night when I spoke to him about it. He reiterated it again when I spoke to him today. Also, one of the big agendas on the Democratic side is the push to give student loan forgiveness. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer has renewed a push to have President Biden, when he comes into office, to bypass Congress and pass a presidential executive order to forgive up to $50,000 in student loan debt. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says, we have come to the conclusion that President Biden can undo this debt. He can forgive $50,000 of debt the first day he becomes president. He says you don't need Congress. All you need is the flick of a pen. I will be keeping you up to date on the student loan forgiveness as soon as I find out more information, so make sure you're subscribed and stay tuned. On the state and local city level of states that are passing stimulus right now, Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo from New York, announced an executive order to help out renters with an additional $100 million of federal money. They have reopened this program and added another $100 million to this program. In addition to that, New York City is also providing $37 million in no-interest loans to small businesses and low and moderate income neighborhoods. Loans up to $100,000 will be available for businesses in specific neighborhoods and employs less than 99 employees. The city is also providing $700,000 to local communities to help implement the pandemic recovery support to small businesses. If you know of any other states or cities that are passing stimulus or rent assistance, comment them down below so our viewers can see it. And if I see it, I may feature you in an upcoming video. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video so others like you will know about these stimulus programs. I will keep you up to date on everything. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check videos next, and this bottom video about a big announcement that President Trump says is going to happen in the next few days. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.